Всем привет, меня зовут Андрей, мы продолжаем проходить Disco Elysium. В игре день четверг, утро четверга. Я побрился. Так. Я думал, вот тут мы сможем открыть, интересно, или нет.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depot. The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it. The door hasn't been opened in a long while. You see a handle.
Низкие шансы. Чё так плохо? Вообще низкие шансы, отстой. Это красная проверка, она доступна всего один раз. Щет. Да, отойдем. Ха. Что я еще хотел сделать? Я думал, что поговорить с тем типом... Я с ним, по-моему, не говорил. Надо вообще говорить со всеми, кого видишь, потому что это может быть очень полезно. Опоры раздроблены. Этот мост упал не сам, его уничтожили выстрелами. С этим мужиком говорить бы стоит. Тут ничего нет. Я с ним вроде говорил, но так не особо.
Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side.
Или вообще не говорил.
This was to deal with.
Или стоп, это тут был другой мужчина, нет?
You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez?
Или нет?
I'm Khan Hailostan. You must be Kim Kisuragi, right? I was just telling my son about this building. Not a lot of people realize the historic significance here. Very rich in hypertext.
Nice to meet you.
Погодите-ка, гипертекст?
Yes, hypertext. Young Carp and the collection of cultural hyperlinks.
Погодите-ка, а что там было про окна?
Oh yes, so Mikhail. They had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then. That was 49 years ago. So they didn't have windows on the south wall.
Вы с Кимом знакомы?
No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers. Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into Worms lately.
The man speaks in the artificial cadence of a professor, or someone who's been on too many radio shows.
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in '08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
Что такого удивительного в старом пустом здании?
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building. What not a lot of people know is this used to be the R&D department of Felt Electrical. And Felt, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom.
Hold on. What's R&D?
Посмотреть на нависающее над вами здание.
It looks old and weathered, with seagulls picking apart its stone and metal carcass. Bushy undergrowth has taken hold of the collapsed rooftop. Some kind of bird has set up a nest on a broken windowsill.
Что такое отделение NER?
Apologies, it's an acronym for Research and Development. They don't use it anymore. You're probably more familiar with RTD, Research and Technological Development.
Mea culpa. You are not familiar with that one either. This man is a bookhead.
Кажется, я ни разу не слышал о Feld Electrical.
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains. They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era. Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve. Or should I say, they were developing an ace up their sleeve? I'm mixing my metaphors here.
Что это был за козырь?
It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for a tape computer.
Пленочный компьютер?
An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution, revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bring them to the average consumer. Which is a feat of engineering even today's giants, Rehm, ICN and ZAM, haven't achieved yet.
Что случилось?
Indeed. What?
The revolution!
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes, possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins. All of this was built by Feld, even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D.
То есть Пирс построила Feld Electrical?
Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got destroyed in the war.
A pleasure wheel?
Yes, to lure in their star engineers. This part of Martinez was nothing but reeds before Feld arrived. They had to make the prospect of living here attractive. It was supposed to become a global center for innovation in cybernetics. But history had other plans.
А что случилось с инженерами, сотрудниками компании?
Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys. But this story is a bit too dark for little Mikhail here. Now, if you were to ask about tape computers...
И что революционеры сделали с этими продвинутыми пленочными компьютерами?
They used them for military communications, but also to write and send out press releases, the most notorious example being Le Décret de Mars.
Что это такое было?
What's the Mars Decree? I mean the radio transmission sent out to news agencies and world governments by the newly created commune of Revachol on the 7th of March in the year 02. It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on her political concept album, Bombecer dans ce Lind. You should read it. Every local library in Revachol stocks a copy of the decree. I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. Tried to. Someone was much too interested in worms to be paying any attention.
The kid takes a peek at the green and silver worm on the cover of the book, already forgetting about this part of the discussion.
И как работали эти пленочные компьютеры? Так же, как радиокомпьютеры?
Actually, no one knows. No one even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like. But word has it, they were very elegant, exquisite, alien-looking turn-of-the-century hardware. 10 years ago, I did a little freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Womty Dumpty Dum Center in Vredefort, Oranje. It raised the same questions, and we had lengthy discussions with Paul Ockerman, who was head curator at the time. This was before the twins Keith and Guy Jews joined the team, trying to...
Wait, did he just say Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center? He did it. He said Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center, like it's the most natural thing in the world. What the hell is a Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center? And who the hell are Keith and Guy Juiced?
Так, центр Тили-Тили-Бом, Пол Окерман, Кит и Гай Джусты. О чем вы вообще?
The Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center for Contemporary Arts. The exhibition itself drew on Lagerman's notion of memory, and so there were some parallels. That's why the head curator, Paul Ockerman, chose to...
Вы все это выдумали. Ким, он же все это выдумал?
In fact, I'm not. The Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center is a place you can visit if you're ever in Vredefort and are ever in the market for an exhibition space / contemporary art research center. But perhaps I should return to the tape computers. As I was saying, the device itself was very elegant, fragile even. One could write directly on the tape using a special chemical solution. The machine would then analyze the handwriting, perform operations, and project output onto a white screen. It was a beautiful, delicate thing.
Made of black film and folding tape structures.
Круто.
Very, very cool. Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution, it pains me to imagine the revolutionaries setting fire to this precious device. But so they did. The felt playback experiment vanished into the fires of 07.
Погодите-ка, проект Фельд-перемотка?
Yes, the official name of the prototype. Some sources report it as the Felt Playback Experience, but those are incorrect.
Почему революционеры все уничтожили?
Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hands. Either way, they're all gone now. All 3 versions of the prototype. Nothing but debris and ashes remain inside that building.
Я хотел еще кое-что спросить.
But of course, what else?
Вы выглядите так, будто у вас водятся деньги. Есть у вас деньги? Бля, я не хочу это спрашивать. Ладно, здорово. Спасибо за интересную информацию.
No, thanks to you for having me and little Mikhail here to pick your brain. A very interesting conversation indeed.
You see, a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D. A slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, "Tomorrow is just a whisper away."
Ладно. Камни покрыты желтым мхом. Возможно, были украдены из какого-нибудь сада.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
Логика. Погоди пока.
Goodbye, officer.
Мне надо сделать это. Надето все на логику.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
Так, чувак. Может быть, вы не совсем все рассказали, что могли бы? Может быть, вы что-то скрываете?
A number of things don't add up. Let's take a look.
Может, у вас спиды есть?
How about gather around, kids?
Ну что ж, детишки, давайте расскажу вам сказку.
The young speed freak puts down a busted capacitor and looks at you. The one with the large head seems very enthusiastic about whatever you have planned. Their would-be leader is less amused.
Давным-давно, не знаю когда и где, но тут явно не обошлось без предательства. Я заболел и превратился в тень, что сейчас перед вами. Но у меня есть основания полагать, что до того, как это случилось, я был детективом полиции.
But you still are.
А что теперь? Что угодно? Я достаточно неплохо справлялся и дослужился до звания лейтенанта Ефрейтора. Мог бы стать капитаном, представляете?
What happened?
Бля, а что теперь? Что отвечать? Это было так невероятно заманчиво.
He doesn't know what to say.
Ну что ж, даже если с того момента прошло 1000 лет, во мне еще кое-что осталось от прежнего детектива.
The young speed freak is silent.
Дело ведь не в открытии клуба. Палатка забита лабораторным оборудованием для производства наркотиков.
I have no idea how you arrived at that conclusion, but it's wrong. Look, we even have speakers.
One speaker. They have one speaker.
А где его братишка? Он что, потерялся?
What do you mean, friend?
Второй динамик. У вас ведь только один.
It's a one-speaker system. It's monodynamic. You wouldn't know the first thing about sound reproduction in anodic music. Other speaker.
У вас нет наушников. Разве Асель не нужны наушники, чтобы крутить катушки?
What do you know about spinning tape? Nothing.
Я знаю, что вы их заложили. Скорее всего, чтобы купить лабораторное оборудование и сырье для наркотиков.
I'm sorry, but there is no lab equipment and no drug ingredients.
Этот назофет нужен вам ради его действующего вещества.
He said it was for his nose. What more do you want?
Дистиллированная вода – фундаментальный элемент чистой лаборатории.
And of all cellular-based life, what's your point, Lawbringer?
Они ото все его отнекиваются. Что значит? Не знаю, может, я не то что-то выбрал. Полагаю, этого достаточно.
No shit.
Короче, вы пытались использовать полицейского, чтобы организовать нарколабораторию.
That's... Come on, that's...
Карается расстрелом на месте?
It's not!
Сона говорит, вы врете по поводу ваших планов. Твой ответ был очень неубедительным.
Fuck, man! It's difficult to get along with some people, but we're trying to make an effort. We are on a mission here.
Так что же мне с вами делать?
What do you mean, do?
There's resignation in his voice. He's almost ready to drop the act. It wouldn't take a lot of pushing.
Сейчас ты расскажешь мне, что на самом деле происходит, а там решим. Я умею быть снисходительным.
What do you mean by lenient?
Ты что, не слышал? Да я уже самый страшный коп на этом берегу. Я использую все свои связи, чтобы сделать вашу жизнь невыносимой.
He thinks for a moment, then opens his mouth, but closes it again, then finally raises his hands.
Things are just way too hard for an entrepreneur in this city. It's not like we're not going to turn the church into the wickedest club in East Revachol. Because we are! We totally are! We just got to turn it into a speed lab first.
You know, to get our foot in the door.
А я вам зачем?
Like I told you, spooky arseholes moved in while I was getting all this stuff together. A month ago, the place was empty, and now it's all spooked up.
Ну, не такие уж они и жуткие, правда?
No, man. They're spooky, all right. It's just that they would also probably call the police if we started cooking speed in there. But the sign was way off, too. I couldn't feel the love at all. Sir, you promised you'd be lenient.
Мне нужны спиды просто. Мне нужны спиды. Мне нужны спиды. Я не знаю. Ладно. Как это? Вряд ли человек, которому нужны спиды, так бесится. Ну ладно. Тут смотри, я могу получить с них бабло, но... Потом я могу также арестовать их, но тогда у меня все там закроется. Блин, у меня есть квест про спиды, мне нужны спиды. Поэтому мне надо их это... Гоните бабло сначала. Сначала.
Come on, man. Really?
The young man doesn't move. His earrings rattle from the tension. With his jaw clenched, he says,
No fucking way.
Yes, fucking way.
Without a word, the other speed freak pulls a red wallet out of the toolbox and hands it to you. The disdain is palpable. His eyes pierce you like lightning as he lets go of the wallet.
Да поебать на его отвращение. Я мог тебя арестовать, блин, чувак. Ладно, без лаборатории ничего не выйдет. Делайте, что считаете нужным, чтобы спасти клуб.
Yeah!
Потому что мне нужны спиды.
Respectable. I'm really feeling the science right about now.
Будет непросто, но я что-нибудь придумаю.
I knew from the get-go we could count on you. We can make this work. The dance club will have a future.
Да, и, кстати, говоря... Я пришел, чтобы снова поговорить насчет церкви.
Yes? What's the deal?
Хорошие новости. Мне удалось убедить Сону. Она не против того, чтобы вы заняли помещение, но при одном условии. Ей для проекта нужны ваши динамики.
We are grateful, Copman. You're an augury of a new era of anodic dance music.
Вам придется пару недель потерпеть ее соседство, пока она не закончит свое исследование.
That's fine. We can manage. And you haven't changed your mind about our little side business, have you?
Я человек слова.
All right. It's going to take us a bit to move our stuff inside. A couple of hours, maybe. Come check back later. Let's get moving.
Это где? Баки с дистиллированной водой. Эти бутылки с назофедом. Выглядит как крошечная химическая лаборатория. Круто, так вот где они устроили свою нарколабораторию. Так, значит, они уже варят тут. Не знаю, как это изготавливается. Чуваки, гоните спиды.
Yeah, it's all set up, man. Can you already imagine 1,000 people in here? 10,000. Ecstatic vibrations, totally transcendent. And I've finished setting up the new compressor too. Now the only thing left to do is the name of the club. Will you do the honours, detective?
Ким, как бы ты назвал этот клуб?
I wouldn't. I wouldn't build a club, and I wouldn't name it either.
An underground place with no name? Sounds like something the Crabman would say.
We're not going with anything the Crabman would say.
Why not? The Crabman has ideas, Estelle. Ideas from another level of consciousness.
I don't care. I don't like the Crabman, and I don't like his ideas. His ideas are spooky. Next, please.
Ну тогда ты, Асель, как бы назвала его?
How about something simple? Like the club?
Too modern and too ironic. We don't want ironic. We want real. Real and true and beautiful. Like a morning after the rave.
Ну ладно, вы, чуваки. Андрей, как ты его предлагаешь назвать?
The name. Everything I managed to come up with sounds just wrong.
Andre's overthinking it.
Yes, you should do it, detective. It would be good for the signs.
Noid's right. You've helped us so much. It's the right thing to do.
Ну, а ты что думаешь по этому поводу? Точнее, он сказал, что он думает.
The amnesia.
Like the... I can't remember the name of the club amnesia.
Amnesia! It's not amnesia, guys.
Эй, камон, а у тебя наверняка много идей.
Yakukata! Yakukata! The place to be!
Yeko Qatar, the zone of ecological catastrophe. That's too morbid, Egg. Got anything else?
Hardcore! Hardcore to the mega! No, it has to be bigger than hardcore. Yes, it has to be even bigger than hardcore to the mega. It has to be bigger than the scene.
Сона, а вы что думаете по этому поводу?
I don't.
Good. We have too many opinions anyway.
Ладно, кажется, я придумал название.
You have? Well, what's the name?
Западный Ревашоль. Так уныло. Нет пощады демонам ярости. Ладно, Disco Elysium.
Like that DeLorean word for the world, you mean? Elysium.
But Disco Elysium? Isn't it wacky? Disco's kind of gone, isn't it? Forgot.
The past is the future.
О нем же все уже давно...
Future is dead.
Они же все уже... о нем же все уже давно позабыли, она еще сказала. Я ее прервал, извините.
No, it's beautiful. Beautiful and brave. Like we want it to be.
And short. And memorable.
It's settled then. Everyone welcome to Disco Elysium.
Andre breaks into frenzied dance-like motion to celebrate the name. Someone turns up the beat.
Андрея, что ты делаешь?
I'm dancing.
That soft core gyrating is supposed to be dancing?
Нам нужно поговорить. Я хочу поговорить о твоих так называемых танцах.
Yes, my man.
Talk? What is there to talk about if you can express yourself with moves?
Невозможно, блин, у меня эквилибристика плохая. Я все хотел спросить, что у тебя с волосами?
It's to express my individuality.
Is that a bald spot? It's hard to tell for sure with the fused together spikes, but it looks like he's balding.
А может, ты просто лысеешь?
All because I'm balding, yes. I want to fuse the remains of my hair together before it leaves me. I want to show my hair. I don't give a fuck how old you think I am. I'm 20.
Андрей, сколько тебе на самом деле?
Not 20.
Это так важно для тебя, твоя индивидуальность?
Of course it is. Otherwise, I'd just be another poor guy with no education and no money. General issue, man. Now I'm all that, and I have radical spikes.
Понял, отстал.
Maybe it was a bad idea. Anyway.
Ну это бесполезно. Сейчас. Ладно, пока что у меня все.
Goodbye, officer.
Мне нужны наркотики, блин. Ну, внутри игры, не в реальности.
You got us in, cop. I can't believe you got us in. Between you and me, I don't know if you've noticed this about me. I'm a little suspicious of authority. But you really came through for the hardcore underground.
А может, отсыпешь меня немножко тогда?
Yes, you really came through for the hardcore underground. How come?
Andre is busy cutting some slightly less lame, but still quite ungainly shapes on the church floor, sweating profusely. Estelle using her contact mic to listen to a tree underwater. The one with the large head is blasting the dance track on repeat, while the stained glass window behind him is rattling from the bass. Sire, the tent. 'Twas a security risk. And in here, sanctuary. 'Twas only noble of you.
Я коррумпированный коп Ким, а это коррупционная схема. Лучше уж здесь, чем в той палатке. Там было небезопасно.
Okay.
Ноик, что ты думаешь по поводу церкви?
It's a miracle of carpentry. Dead bodies carved into total shapes. Now it can be something more.
Как думаешь, сколько лет этой церкви? Лет 300?
That's right. The first settlers built it, plus 6 more like it. On the coast here was one of the first things they did. Must have been really scared of something, but I understand.
Ты не такой тупой.
Alone on an uninhabited archipelago, forced to face themselves and nature. Pre-industrial quantities of solitude. The sea, perhaps something more fundamental. I would want to build a safe place for myself and my own as well.
В каком стиле построена эта церковь?
A cop who's into building critique. Okay then, this is folk DeLoreanism. Lawmonger, huh? It's a subset of early DeLorean architecture.
Ладно, и какой была делорианская архитектура?
Total. Everything between an ancient concrete cathedral and a glass cube is DeLoreanism. This is just an homespun version of it. Folksy stuff. Early mass production. They made thousands like this. Does that help you out?
На что были похожи делорианские здания?
Like that woman there. Vertical, thin, white. A false image of grandeur. The source of the system is up there. You're at the bottom. They really dug that power vertical. Like to show off large and intricate structures. Arches, spires. Put you down with them. They were really into painting everything white too. Virginal shit, you know. Married shit. Virtue and tyranny.
Но, насколько я вижу, эта церковь не покрашена в белый.
Stands to reason it used to be white on the outside before the sea wind took all the paint off.
Что ты имеешь в виду под мертвыми телами?
Dead bodies are perennial plants. Sigma functions have left this place. It's a good thing we came along. The spiritual collapse has been total.
Духовное разорение?
I saw some piglets suckling their dead mother. Have you heard this one, Cop Man? After a short while, they shuddered and went away. They had sensed that she could no longer see them, and that she wasn't like them anymore. What they loved in their mother weren't her body, but whatever it was that made her body live. End of quote. This is an high-quality carcass. The power of hypnotic beats and hard bass is needed to reanimate it.
Во-первых, откуда эта цитата?
A Sarai's man who lived a long time ago, an ancient hardcore brother.
Ты хочешь сказать, что не являешься поклонником системы светочей?
A 3,000-year-old tyrannical regime of history, built and maintained by hundreds of generations of self-appointed intellectuals. It's false core.
Но вы же, ребята, раньше говорили, что церковники — это сплошная любовь, хардкор... Любовь и хардкор, помнишь? Блин, я разучился читать. Но вы же, ребята, раньше говорили, что церковники — это сплошная любовь и хардкор, помнишь?
I only said unity. One word. Figures of authority always misquote you. Andre doesn't care about the Ecclesiastes. He just wants the operation to run smoothly. And Egg is a demi-beast. You shouldn't listen to what people say. You should listen to what they are.
Ты полагаешь, что танцевальная музыка сможет победить систему?
Anodic dance music. Regular dance music wasn't hard enough. And yes, I do.
You know what this kind of stuff goes well with.
Разве для этого не надо быть под кайфом?
Only a little.
Круто.
It's a necessity. All large human gatherings are narcotic. It's just the way of the spinal cord.
There is a difference between narcotics and group elation. One kills you, the other does not.
The supercharged humanism that the innocentric system has been feeding us on giant city squares, that's not a drug. The sugar and wheat it feeds us is healthy.
Forget it. It would become an imbecilic discussion. You two continue. It's more hardcore that way.
А как тебе этот витраж?
I don't. Fuck are giving me the evil eye.
Да, я тоже чувствую, что от витража исходят какие-то негативные вибрации.
No wonder. We have to get rid of it. Dismantle it. Can't dance with a giant mass murderer looking at you. Not a good look for the club.
Mellow, man, mellow. No one's a mass murderer. This is a house of love. Mass murder on the floor.
Я действительно чувствую, что в ней есть что-то пугающее.
There is. She is a party repellent and must be taken down before we can begin partying in here.
Порази ее, разбей, уничтожь это окно.
Will do.
No, Noid. Stop twisting my melon, man. People are gonna love it. It'll be our thing. Plus it keeps the cold out.
Ладно, хватит с меня этих разговоров, не хочу больше думать о ней.
What a strange choice of words. Caustic, overflowing with negativity. That can't be healthy. What's happening here? Why do you keep coming back to this window?
Не знаю.
Well, you shouldn't. You shouldn't come back to this anymore. Stop talking about it, please.
Как идет обустройство?
Hard to say, cop man. Signs in here are distinctly wild. Gonna take a while before everything's properly synced. I did get to talk to the crab man, though.
Ты про тягу?
Anyway, he's been giving me kind of a psychic rundown of this place. Dude's seen some crazy shit, but he's actually a lot like us.
Ты о чем?
The man picks up on stuff, and he knows a lot about the church. I got a lot to learn from him. Good thing you didn't squash him.
Что Тяга рассказал тебе о церкви?
The crabman's been lurking here for a while. He's experienced things. Things that give off bad signs. As far as we can tell, the Ubies built this place about 320 years ago as a sarcophagus.
Ты хочешь сказать, здесь есть покойники?
Not like a literal sarcophagus. I'm just being metaphorical.
А для чего?
Encasement, confinement, of something they were afraid of. Something new and unheard of on the Isla. I think that's what the crabman is experiencing when he climbs around upstairs. Like, this is some old world shit the Ubies had heard about. I thought the best way to deal with it was to build a church, surrounding it, to contain it.
Я не совсем понимаю, что именно сдержать?
I don't know, and it's not something they properly understood either, what it does. But it's what this Sona person is looking for and trying to measure. It'll be fruitless though. She won't be able to measure it. People like that always want to measure everything. All those things they really can't.
Почему ты считаешь, что Сону постигнет неудача?
Seems to be the trend around here, doesn't it? You can't measure shit like this. It's not like substance.
Я обнаружил в Мартинезе проклятую торговую зону. Может, от этого пытались уберечься Уби?
Like a concentric ring spreading out, the struggling villages. And that is what caused the communards to fail in defending the beachhead. Yeah, a lot of failure has gone down around here.
Думаешь, в этой теории что-то есть?
I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. It's not a thing we can answer, cop man. Even I have limits. I'm a limited-size person.
Ну, если это что-то неосязаемое, то и волноваться не о чем.
Maybe you can figure things out, cop man. I think we got on a good level here. The signs are syncing up well.
Удачи, Новик. Блин, чё мне, у кого наркоту-то стрельнуть?
A young man with peroxide blonde hair stands behind a mixer deck, nodding along to the music. He looks at you with a knowing smile and says,
Hardcore!
Точно?
It's hardcore!
Не знаю, что на это ответить.
Skibbity, skibberdanger. I am the rearranger.
could there have been a right way out of this garden of forking paths, you think? It's not fire. It's not ash. There will most certainly be a sea of corpses leading up to the event. But it won't be war or pestilence that causes it. Oh no, the event will belong to a genre of cataclysm no man has dared to suspect would ever come to pass. You can only sense the shape of it, like a cavity, a pit opening up in your stomach, a throat into which the world will vanish. The streets, the grass, the stars, all will be rolled back. By whom, by what, and how, you don't know. All you know is, you're not joking around. She's whistling a melody, her trusty contact mic attached to a wooden pulpit. At the sound of your footsteps, she stops what she was doing and turns to you.
Hey there. I've been recording some new audio from all these beams and rafters. The sounds travelling through the wood are pretty cool. Creaks and stuff. Like you're underwater, you know? But like, underwater inside a tree. But that's not really what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to thank you instead.
За что?
For getting me and my friends in here. And we even found some new associates, such as they are.
Как поживают остальные?
Good, I think. Lloyd is getting a read on the place. I think he finds the carpentry very impressive. Andre's been setting up the compressor and dancing. Egghead's been keeping the party up. He's got the stage under control. Sauna, the programmer, she's doing whatever she does behind that radio computer of hers. She doesn't talk to us much, and the crab man hasn't shown himself, thank God.
А теперь не могла бы ты рассказать мне о своих коллегах?
Sure. You helped us out. I can repay the favour. What do you want to know?
Расскажи о Соне.
Ah, she's a bit odd, I have to say. Doesn't talk much. I'm not really sure how to vibe with her, you know? Seems like she's not in a very good mood most of the time. But earlier today she told me about Welkins, and she seemed oddly happy, like she had some idea with those little creatures. Some artistic idea. I didn't really listen, I was busy with my mic.
А что насчет Тиаго?
Oh, the crab man. Still gives me the creeps the way he moves. But he doesn't actually come down that much, just climbs around the rafters. I just tried to stay away from the crab man. But he talks to Noid. They seem to have some thing going on.
Он разговаривает с Нойком? Зачем?
Beats me. Noid said they get along somehow. They're both crazy enough, I guess.
И чем он там занимается?
Who knows? He doesn't really answer our questions, see? Not that it's easy to ask them. What are we supposed to do? Yell up at the tower?
Спасибо. А по поводу остальных...
Who do you want to know about?
Расскажи про Андрея.
Andre? He's a cool guy. Doesn't really come off as one, but he is. To me, at least.
She rubs her sides, but not from cold. Her shoulders are relaxed. She must have taken a hit, or she's on an upswing.
He takes care of shit. Sorry. I mean, he's got a vision. For what life should be, you know? He tries to push things until everything falls into place. He's an organizer.
Что он организовал?
Nothing. But then again, there's nothing to organise around here either. He really wants this church thing to work. Must have taken it as a sign when he found it abandoned like that. Said it was an augury. I don't know where he got that from. Andre's not super intelligent. I've never seen him so psyched about anything, though. And he's often psyched. Looks sort of desperate, like it's his last chance or something. Or maybe he was just high. I mean, not that he does drugs, just high, you know?
Расслабься, девочка. Мы, конечно, офицеры полиции, но на нас клейма ставить негде. Мы прогнили насквозь. Ты можешь поговорить с нами о наркотиках и прочей херне. Мне похуй.
Yeah, drugs, shit, fuck. We don't care.
Yes. Anyway.
Андрей, твой парень?
Yes.
Расскажи про
Who
остальных.
do you want to know about?
Расскажи о Нойке.
He's a four-burger, I guess, like the rest of us. Okay, maybe not Egg, I don't know about him, but Noid and the rest are from Fallberg, making the pilgrimage up north to visit the Palaceum. He's real hardcore about the lifestyle.
И чем он занимается?
What do you mean, do? Like, for a living?
Да.
He's a carpenter, trained and all. He's very good, he just doesn't have the mindset to work like that, in a shop somewhere.
И что у него за склад ума?
He abides by the hardcore, sir. You would have to ask him yourself.
А как насчет про тебя? А как... Ладно. Расскажи еще что-нибудь про него.
What do you want to know?
Что еще за паломничество?
It's just something poor Fallberg kids do every spring. To pass the time, we walk the entire length of Boogie Street, up to Jamrock. Or as much as possible.
А в чем проблема?
I don't know, man. Have you been down Boogie Street? It's a little bewildering.
Ой, я извиняюсь. Разве я не представился агрессивным алкоголиком, который недавно упился в такие дрова, что не помнит, как называется одна из центральных улиц города?
No?
Ну так говорю сейчас.
Okay. Then you should go and take a look, I guess. Boogie Street is cool. It's got a lot of immigrants and all kinds of different people.
Может, я так и сделаю, если доживу.
Yeah.
Лучше расскажи мне об остальных.
Who do you want to know about?
Что можешь рассказать про Эйкамона?
What do you mean?
Зачем он так орет все время?
Oh, that. He's the party boy.
Что это значит?
Melodic music doesn't really do vocals in the traditional sense. Vocals are thought of as rock. That's to say they're a bit backward. No offence if you like rock music though. Rock music's cool by me.
Pachu, swish. Your credentials as the resident future man of Revachol are being questioned. Show her you're hip with the times, Gramps.
В смысле, мне нравится рок. Мне не нужно напоминать о том, что рок отсталый. Я человек будущего. Рок перестал для меня существовать еще в 30-е. Он для идиотов.
Okay. Anyway, even if you don't have vocals, you still need someone to say something every now and then, right? To urge things on. That's where the party boy comes in. He basically just stands on the stage and dances and yells how awesome everything is. It's
так
very
вот,
catchy.
так вот какое амплуа у диджея Калида. Party boy.
I understand. People are usually afraid to do things if others aren't already doing them. Dancing makes you dance, like sneezing makes you sneeze, or yawning makes you... Anyway.
Откуда он? Давно он в вашей компании?
Actually, we don't know where he's from, or who he is, really. One time we were out partying somewhere in backwater Forburg. Or maybe even Coal City. I can't remember. Maybe it was Coal City. Egg was yelling along to some jam someone was spinning, all night long. Just kept yelling until he didn't have a shred of voice left. When the sun came up over the mines... There were mines? Yeah, it was in Coal City. Egg came with us. He made this wheezing puppy dog sound all the way back. Couldn't even speak. It was definitely Coal City, because it took us 2 days to walk back to the fort. He just wheezed the whole way. We never really asked why he came with us, or who he was. I think his name is Jermaine. People are sweet.
You can see it must have been a great night. The memory causes her to go silent for a moment or two.
Расскажи про остальных.
Who do you want to know about?
Вроде бы все уже. С другой стороны, расскажи-ка о себе.
Me? Again?
Да, я все позабыл. Расскажи о себе.
I told you, I'm a silver bird.
There's that phrase again. Really reminds you of something.
Что это значит?
It means I don't answer questions about myself.
Понял, отстал.
Thank you.
Ладно.
Sure.
Низкие шансы, низкие шансы. Ладно, пока что у меня все. Блин, как мне наркотики достать? Если я перетанцую этого чувака или поговорю с этим чуваком.
Yes, what is it?
Как продвигается проект? Вижу, соседи заехали, но все, что я слышу, лишь анодная танцевальная музыка.
What? What did you say?
Я спросил, как продвигается проект?
I can't hear you. The music is too loud.
Проект! Как он продвигается?
Oh, the project. It's not going well.
Почему?
There's that guy. I need him to plug a 3.5 cable into the auxiliary input so that I can route the audio signal through the mixer into the speakers.
Вы не могли бы повторить?
Egghead! A 3.5 cable into the auxiliary input. Okay?
Почему вы просто не попросите его?
He doesn't listen to me. He only ever seems to care about hardcore and yekukata. A place to be, apparently.
Я поговорю с ним, посмотрим, что тут можно сделать.
Thanks. Maybe you can get through his magic rhymes. Let me know how it goes.
Конечно, конечно, не буду мешать вам. Мне надо это, блин, ладно.
The young man behind the mixer deck acknowledges your return. When he looks at you, he squints as though you were the setting sun.
This is hardcore.
Молчать.
Hardcore!
Просто промолчать.
Hardcore to the mega.
Промолчать.
Internally coherent.
Просто промолчать.
All car! All right! Yeah!
Промолчать.
He furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime, invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the church.
Hardcore! Ah!
Такой хардкор!
Is it though?
Чё? Да!
But is it? I mean, really?
И такая мысль мне в голову приходила.
I am the mic enforcer. I am the chicks checker. Yeah! Back to the heavyweight jam. Hardcore!
Ну-ка, промолчать.
Hardcore!
Просто промолчать.
Hardcore to the mega.
Промолчать.
Internally coherent.
Просто промолчать.
Car! All right! Yeah!
Промолчать.
He furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime, invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the church.
Hardcore! Ah!
Такой хардкор!
Is it though?
Да.
But is it? I mean, really?
Не знаю, что и сказать.
Under the radar, over the top.
Блять.
We're close. True, hard, full car.
Точно?
It's hardcore.
Ты так и будешь повторять, что это хардкор, да?
Skibberdy, skibber danger. I am the rearranger. We're close. True, hard, full car.
Молчать.
Hardcore.
Точно? Ты уверен?
Yeah!
This young man adds a capital G before the H in his yegs and args. This produces a guttural, Gutwaldian accent and makes him sound more animal, more in it. Or maybe it's not Gutwaldian. Maybe it's Oranese. Probably an homage to Oranje, where Arno van Eyck is from, judging by his name. Could you be listening to an Arno van Eyck creation right now?
Значит, это и есть музыка знаменитого Ван Эйка.
You know about him?
You know Van Eyck?
Твоя подруга Асель рассказывала о нем.
Good, good.
The Advent? We're close. True, hard, full car.
Молчать.
Hardcore.
Точно? Ты уверен?
Yeah!
This young man adds a capital G before the H in his yegs and args. This produces a guttural, Gutwaldian accent and makes him sound more animal, more in it. Or maybe it's not Gutwaldian. Maybe it's Oranese. Probably an homage to Oranje, where Arno van Eyck is from, judging by his name. Could you be listening to an Arno van Eyck creation right now?
Да!
The Y to the E to the A 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 to the G to the H to the exclamation mark. Yeah!
He missed one A.
Ты одну А пропустил. В моем ДА было 6 А, так что тебе тоже нужно 6.
I'm the hard rhymer, the track attacker, the mic enforcer, the sixth checker. I am the law. We're close. True, hard, full, car.
Я уже забыл, что я, блять, выбирал. Точно?
It's hardcore.
А, я перепутал, да? Ты так и будешь повторять, что это хардкор, да?
Skibberdy, skibber danger.
Блять, я
I
уже забыл,
am
что я
the
выбрал.
rearranger.
Что я выбрал в прошлый раз, я уже забыл, блять.
We're close.
Бедиск, бедензел.
True, hard, full, car.
Промолчать.
Hardcore.
Точно, ты уверен?
Yeah.
This young man adds a capital G before the H in his yeags and args. This produces a guttural, Gotwaldian accent and makes him sound more
еще одну попробовать.
more in it. Or maybe it's not Gotwaldian. Maybe it's Oranese. Probably an homage to Oranje, where Arno van Eyck is from, judging by his name. Could you be listening to an Arno van Eyck creation right now?
Значит, это и есть музыка знаменитого Ван Эйка?
You know about him? You know Van Eyck?
Да, я знатный эйкоман.
Wow.
The skinny wraith looks at you with some disbelief.
So am I. So am I. Oh, is that why they call you Egghead? Because Egghead to the mega. The K became the G. The boy became the man. The Advent? We're close. True, hard, full, car.
Промолчать.
Hardcore.
Просто промолчать.
Hardcore to the mega.
Промолчать.
Internally coherent.
Я хотел спросить, не знаешь ли ты, кто убил наемника, повешенного на дереве позади танцев в трепье?
Good morning, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yakokata, the place to be.
Ты это уже говорил. Почему это Якоката земля мечты? Что это значит?
Yakokata is a hardcore place. We're close. True, hard, full, car.
Промолчать.
Hardcore.
Просто промолчать.
Hardcore to the mega.
Промолчать.
Internally coherent.
Просто промолчать.
All car. All right. Yeah.
Скажи, пожалуйста, чем это ты тут занимаешься?
Gotta get the people going.
Зачем?
I'm the party boy. It's my job.
Что значит тусовщик?
Hardcore party 25/7 beyond the winter's orbit style.
Блин, я в другую реплику хочу хотел посмотреть.
We're close. True, hard, full, car.
Промолчать.
Hardcore.
Просто промолчать.
Hardcore to the mega.
Промолчать.
Internally coherent.
Просто промолчать.
All car. All right. Yeah.
Скажи, пожалуйста, чем ты тут занимаешься?
Gotta get the people going.
Зачем?
I'm the party boy. It's my job.
Думаю, я тоже тусовщик.
Two on a track. Watch your back. Watch out for the heart attack.
Что за тупые рифмы, блядь?
We're close. True, hard, full, car.
Промолчать.
Hardcore.
Промолчать.
Hardcore to the mega.
Промолчать.
Internally coherent.
Промолчать.
All car. All right. Yeah.
Промолчать.
He furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime, invisible movement of the music in the very real air of the church.
Hardcore. Ah.
Нет, серьезно, мне кажется, это не хардкор.
The question is, what is the question?
Это было бы очень остроумно, если бы я задал тебе вопрос. Но я не задавал, поэтому это просто тупо.
But there was a question?
Да?
Big clothes. True, hard, full, car.
Помолчать.
Hard car.
Помолчать.
Hard car to the mega.
Помолчать.
Internally coherent.
Помолчать.
All car, all right, yeah!
Промолчать.
He furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime, invisible movement of the music in the very real ear of the church.
Hardcore! Ah!
Нет, серьезно, мне кажется, это не хардкор.
The question is, what is the question?
Просто ответь на вопрос.
But there was no question.
Блять, ты шутишь нахуй?
We're close. True, hard, full, car.
Промолчать.
Hardcore!
Просто промолчать.
Hardcore to the mega.
Ну ладно.
Here comes the night.
Блять. Я уже все испробовал.
True, hard, full, car.
Промолчать.
Hardcore!
Просто промолчать.
Hardcore to the mega.
Промолчать.
Internally coherent.
Просто промолчать.
All car, all right, yeah!
Промолчать.
He furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime, invisible movement of the music in the very real ear of the church.
Hardcore! Ah!
Такой хардкор!
Is it though?
Минуту назад мне в голову пришло то же самое.
One mind,
Блядь.
one spirit. There's no other world. There's no other life.
Блять! Я уже все
Big
попробовал.
clothes. True, hard, full, car.
Промолчать.
Hardcore!
Просто промолчать.
Hardcore to the mega.
Промолчать.
Internally coherent.
Хотел спросить, не знаешь ли ты, кто убил наемника, повешенного на дереве позади танца в трепе?
Good morning, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yakokata, the place to be.
Я начинаю подозревать, что это все вообще не имеет ни малейшего отношения к расследованию.
It's the message, so listen and you will see. No illusion. The spirit is what you feel.
Что, блядь? Я что-то еще...
We're close.
Какие еще реплики не использовал?
True, hard, full, car.
Точно?
It's hardcore.
Это я все использовал. Ты так и будешь повторять, что это хардкор, да?
Skibber D, skibber danger. I am the rearranger.
Я уже забыл, что использовал, что нет. Надо было по порядку все делать. А я пытался угадать.
We're close. True, hard, full, car.
Промолчать.
Hardcore.
Просто промолчать.
Hardcore to the mega.
Промолчать.
Internally coherent.
Просто промолчать.
All car, all right, yeah!
Скажи, пожалуйста, чем это ты тут занимаешься?
Gotta get the people going.
Понятно.
Yeah, request. I want everybody as close to the stage as possible.
We're close. True, hard, full, car.
Промолчать.
Hardcore.
Промолчать.
Hardcore to the mega.
Промолчать.
Internally coherent.
Промолчать.
All car, all right, yeah!
Промолчать.
He furrows his brow as his very large head traces the sublime, invisible movement of the music in the very real ear of the church.
Hardcore. Ah!
Такой хардкор!
Is it though?
Да.
But is it? I mean really?
Вопрос в том, в чем вопрос.
No, but seriously, I'm a
Да?
bit worried it isn't.
Надо было просто первые реплики все выбирать, и все, блядь. Пиздец.
Don't be alarmed. Everything is okay. He isn't actually worried. Everything is still super hardcore. What he probably means is, it could be even more so.
Ты можешь навести... Ты можешь вывести сигнал Соны на колонке?
To the Mega! Yeah! I can route it through auxiliary! What kind of a cable does she use? 3.5 or 4.5?
Это точно 3,5. Вот он на полу.
Oh, she uses 3.5. Yeah. The auxiliary lining is 4.5 millimeter. These two don't mix.
Чё, блядь?
Oh no, we're going to be in this church forever.
Don't worry, I have an adapter for it right here. Hang on, this is a 4.5. We're all good, people!
Whoa, thank God. Adapters noticeably degrade the sound quality.
Great! Someone got through to him. Okay, let's get it all set up. Can we turn the music off, please?
Эй, музыка.
Everybody! Everybody! Don't panic! I'm going to turn off the on-off for just a sec. For a special scheduled event. The on-off will be back, but we're doing something else for one moment. All right, go tell her that Egghead is ready to rave to her tunes, and then I'll turn off the music.
Ты умеешь читать мысли?
No nation, but transnation. No war, but class war.
Значит, ты не экстрасенс, а коммунист?
He's not a communist. It's just something he likes to yell. He picked it up from a tape jockey at the Elysium. She was a communist, though.
Yeah! With the rebel yell!
Скажи еще что-нибудь кому.
Yeah!
Ладно, ладно, пока.
All right! Here comes the night!
Думаю, с ним еще можно будет поговорить. Мне просто надо заканчивать уже, на самом деле. Продвигаемся в этих квестах потихонечку. Продолжим завтра. Завтра обязательно продолжим. Обязательно. Так что все. На сегодня это все. Продолжим с этого же момента завтра. Всем пока. Yeah!